Hi, everyone. This is Fred on Spirit Reflections. This is part of our 81 episode exploration of the book Tao of Leadership by John Heider, a modern adaptation of the ancient Chinese text Tao Te Ching, written by Lao Tzu 500 years BC. This is chapter 62. We're going to read, comment, and follow by a short meditation. And I hope this gets you off to a great start of your day. And let me know what you think about these ideas in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to Spirit Reflections. All right, let's go to chapter 62, which is entitled, Whether You Know It or Not. A person does not have to join a group or be a wise leader to work things out. Life's process unfolds naturally. Conflicts resolve themselves sooner or later, whether or not a person knows how things happen. It is true that being aware of how things happen makes one's words more potent and one's behavior more effective. But even without the light of consciousness, people grow and improve. Being unconscious is not a crime. It is merely a lack of a very helpful ability. Knowing how things work gives the leader more real power and ability than all the degrees or titles the world can offer. That is why people in every era and in every culture have honored those who know how things happen. And funny enough, those who know how things happen are not shining on top of a mountain, screaming from the top of their lungs and parading their knowledge around. In fact, quite the opposite. The majority of the time, they're quietly doing their work, quietly being of service, and most of the time, only after they pass away, people realize the power of their legacy, the amount of good works that that person did during their life, because they didn't brag about it during their lifetime. So I think the reflection here also is for us to manage our anxiety, manage our level of expectations and desires to want to know, to want to belong to different groups and want to be a member of this or that organization, to feel like we are alive and to feel like we are actively growing and evolving. While all of that is very honorable and very helpful and useful, the seeking, the energy of anxious seeking is what I am talking about here. And what I believe chapter 62 invites us to reflect. It's not a crime to be unconscious. Nature is an example of that. The animals are dreaming in their dream state. The plants are still sleeping. Minerals have their own way of being in the world and totally unaware compared to our level of consciousness. And still, they go through their processes. So part of the teaching here is remind ourselves constantly to become aware of what is happening in the present moment. That brings us to the present moment, the attention of right here, right now. And by being present in our sensations, in our body, fully grounded, we begin to have a sense of how things happen. And naturally, that brings us greater consciousness to our words, to our actions, to our thoughts, thereby allowing us to be more effective in everything that we do. So it's not a matter of quantity or number of actions, but rather a deeper, grounded sense of being in the present moment, so that from that strength, we can blossom forth in whatever we choose to do, whatever we choose to say, wherever we choose to go. That's the invitation of chapter 62 here. If you'd like to close your eyes, we're going to do a short meditation. I'm going to put some music. And let's use our imagination right now and transport ourselves to a forest, a beautiful forest. And let us imagine that we are at the height of spring. And surrounding us as we stand on the soil, on the earth of this forest, There are majestic trees that are brimming with flowers, radiant with colors, all colors. Those trees are also filled with fruits. And let us pay attention to the wind that's gently swaying those trees all around us. And the subtle, beautiful dance, every single leaf, every single flower is swaying with the wind. Let us hear it. Let's listen to that wind. And let us be aware of the presence of those trees. The relaxed, soft presence of every leaf, every flower, every fruit, as it gently sways with the wind all around us. Let's take a deep breath. And imagine that every single tree around us right now represents parts of our body, our organs, our cells, our centers of force. And let's imagine that the wind is actually our breath. And with the power of every inhale, we breathe life onto every tree, every leaf, every flower. And with every exhale, we nurture ourselves from the life force that each one of those trees, flowers, and leaves give to us. We are one with our garden, with our forest. And whether we are in spring, summer, fall, or winter, there's still life there. Whether the landscape is different, colder, quieter, or warmer and more alive, our breath, the wind, gives consciousness to all. And so let us be the first beneficiaries of this breath by inviting in more presence, more awareness of what is happening. And so with that, I wish